Okay, I have never played Kittens game before. The way I'm doing this today, I'm doing an idle extravaganza, so I'm playing 5 different idle games at the same time. If you're watching this in the future on YouTube, you're just going to see it cut between different sessions of Kittens game. So you can watch the live split timer in the corner there, and that will tell you whether how much time has passed between the last session, essentially. But I don't know anything about Kittens game. I looked up a list of highly rated idle games, and this was like one of the top ones, so I like this genre. I'm excited to check it out for the first time. I guess we start by gathering catnip. I have let this sit for a second, so I'm just going to wipe it just in case anything happened while it was sitting. Okay, gather catnip. The catnip field. 80% production in spring, minus 75% production in winter. Okay. In between Skyrim in case we could. You are a kitten in a catnip forest. You can refine catnip now? Okay, it would be interesting if this game is entirely just text. It's like paper clips. That's another one that I have played before that I should probably play on stream at some point just because I think it's important. I see refine as a sub option. Refine catnip into catnip wood. And then I can make huts. Let's see. Bonfire. Okay. May as well keep refining catnip. I think that's just using my existing. Okay, this costs 5 wood. Kittens 2, nation of 2. Kittens need catnip to eat or they will die. Every kitten consumes about 4 catnip per second. Okay, that's interesting. I have to reserve part of my production for feeding people, and this is taking a while to build, basically. Means winter is a little bit scary. Kitten has joined your village. Small village. I think this is just going to keep building huts so long as I have the wood to afford it. I guess I have to be careful because if I refine the catnip without having any stored, then the kittens risk dying. Okay. Next hut, I guess they all cost. Next one is 12.5. Okay, see. I'm guessing kittens have to eat on specific ticks, maybe. Food production population. Can kittens generate without having huts? It's currently spring. Each one is 0.63 per second. Yeah, it's fucked up. I'm going to see, I don't think clicking is really producing very much at all compared to how much I'm getting from my fields. Don't think my kittens... Oh, okay, this is letting me filter by different options. Kind of would prefer this. Library requires 25 wood. All right, I want to see what that does, so I'll try to get up to that. We'll see how long I can sit on this before I want to let it AFK for a second. Store sacred cat kind knowledge. Each upgrade level improves your science output by 10%. Seen this game described as the Dark Souls of idle games, which who knows what that means, but that's funny. science is a tab now. That's interesting. Can I see like the rate at which kittens eat in this? Like, does it display like the next tick where they have to have catnip to be able to survive? I see, and I can only stock these up to certain numbers, so 2 out of 2 kittens, because I only have 2 huts. Let's see. Ah, okay. It just is a reduction on the income. Gotcha. Anytime I'm increasing the number of kittens I have, I need to be careful to make sure I have enough catnip to support them, I suppose. Almost have enough for the library here. All in Cantonese. Yeah, I'm excited to figure it out. Figuring out what the deal is with idle game is always a big part of the fun for me. Library. To our sacred cat kind knowledge. Improves your science output by 10%. Rare astronomical event occurred in the sky. Ah. Wonder if normally I'm able to like do something with that. That's interesting. There's one that's currently a work in progress. I wouldn't be opposed to having another idle extravaganza with totally different games added to the spreadsheet. I think once this one is done, I'm just going to unlock the ability to play these games off stream. Maybe I'll record some of it. I'm probably going to record a lot of Melwar Idle because I'm not going to be finishing that in 5 hours of recorded time. Okay, so I can let this one go, but I feel like I'm definitely going to end up hitting the cap of 5,000, and then I guess nothing inattentive is happening. Try making one more hut just to reserve a little bit more of my production to feed the cats. Small village 2. Oh, woodcutter scholar. Oh, okay. I didn't even see this menu. Plus 1.75 science per section. So, yeah, second. Can't talk today. We go back to the bonfire. We have the small village, and then we have the science. If we have enough science, we can make a calendar. Ability to predict when the seasons will change. This is essential for advanced agriculture. Okay. How many jobs are there eventually, I wonder? Now I know about the existence of jobs. My bad. The woodcutter's pretty huge deal, it seems like. It's nice that it estimates when you're going to be available to make the next thing, just based on your passive production. Do another hut. And then once I assign a job to this new cat, I might feel comfortable tabbing out of this and coming back to it. Civilization. Kitten has joined your village. I'll be able to get another one. Okay. Why don't we have another woodcutter? Store up to 200 wood, which is a lot. Can I do the calendar yet? I might wait for the calendar before swapping. Hide research texts. I really am excited about the kittens all getting jobs. That's a cool twist that I haven't seen before. Oh, my fields are They were dropping a second ago. So be careful about that, I think. Nip as far as the eye can see. It's ready yet? Calendar. Then we can do agriculture. This one's pretty exciting. I'm liking this one a lot. All right, we'll come back to it in a second. Oh my god, so much has happened in Kittens game since I played last. A bunch of kittens starved to death, which is sad. All right, I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm doing here. A lot of different, like, families. Are woodcutters, so when they die, they lose their jobs. All right, so I get pretty limited progress in terms of, like, accrued science. And I guess my woodcutters died pretty early. Agriculture significantly improves your food production. Archery, ranged weaponry known as a bow. Ah. Extract mineral resources from the bowels of Kath. Animal husbandry. Okay, this is cool. Hunters and farmers. 5 catnip per second. Okay, there's a lot of cool design space already here. Cat power per second. Cat power. It's like my combat capability, I suppose. We have a bunch of stored catnip, so I could get some more catnip fields, although I think a farmer is just strictly better, so it's probably better to get wood and make some more huts, since I'm playing attentively here. Oh, store your resources. That would be fantastic. In fact, maybe I temporarily change everyone over to woodcutters to be able to get as much of that as I can before I go AFK again. Woodcutters are pretty slow. It could be worse, I guess. That always gives me 1. Oh, and this little red... Okay, that's telling me how many haven't been assigned. Happiness 100%. Rare resources increase this value. Overpopulation will reduce it. Send hunters to the forest. Ah, okay. So you want to have some hunters to deal with that, I suppose. You have to have a certain amount of... Like, the cat power is them, like, training for combat, I suppose. And they can go out and get stuff to make everyone happy. Interesting. I just saw my catnip is draining, so I can't have this many woodcutters. Alright, so I can see whether or not I'm positive on catnip. I need to be positive on catnip no matter what. I understand now. Okay. And I guess the catnip fields are good because they... did my kittens die in the winter? Yeah, that's what happened. For some number of years in now. Gotcha. When they die, they lose their jobs. I think we have to save for the barn here so I can toggle out of this. Definitely want more kittens, but they become pretty challenging to maintain, it seems like. I think 1 barn is going to be huge. Increases max catnip by 5,000, wood by 200. Thanks, Ramadan. Happiness is an interesting mechanic. I feel like that's like you need to play a little bit attentively, right? Mining and animal husbandry. Improves food production. Don't want to mess with that. Because that's probably a accessibility feature. 10k and 400 wood. Oh goddamn. Is it... Hold on, Jesus. Suddenly getting annihilated on food consumption. Can I see what's causing this penalty here? Oh, it's bad weather. And that's just a thing that persists for some period of time. It's different because it's not Deepbot anymore. My bad. I can try to update it later if you send me a reminder in Discord. It's because it's autumn, not winter, right? Oh, I see it up here. It just doesn't show it as a log entry until something occurs. Yeah, that makes sense. I have to have, like, active farmers to keep them alive, I suppose. I feel like just having one hunter is not sufficient. I suppose it could be good if you have a lot of, like, stored catnip, but they're probably still not gonna survive for very long. Does this penalize all production or only production from the fields? Village versus demand. It's a really interesting mechanic. Could probably reassign the hunter for now. I think increasing the number of huts is like out of the question right now because they would absolutely die. Science is big progression. I have no achievements yet. I guess each season's about 90 days, is that right? I'm probably just gonna have to accept that a bunch of my cats are gonna die when I tab out. So I'll like, that's like kind of a hard limit on how much you can accrue. I guess science sticks around forever. Cat power doesn't seem like it decays at all. Persistence plus 25%. Okay. Spring, huzzah. Extra production in spring, worse production in winter. Don't need everyone to be farmers anymore. Anyone to be a farmer? Okay. Go hard on wood. I can store more stuff for when I tab out. 87.50 is pretty expensive though. I can refine. That's also expensive, and then I'm not building stores for the next winter. Maybe we actually do make them all farmers in the spring just to try to build as much as we can and then swap them out when summer starts. I guess we know that if I have, we know that they can survive the winter if I have 5 farmers. So I could tab out with that as my setting. I guess you gotta kind of have to do the math because it's like each farmer produces 5 catnip per second. A woodcutter would produce 0.09 wood per second. So in 20 seconds, I get enough catnip to buy a wood. In 20 seconds, I get 2 wood. A little bit worse than 2 wood. So the woodcutter is more efficient than the farmer. I've thought about that. That's good. Barn, and you get up to 87.50. I think we camp this until summer. I try to get one more barn before I tab out, and then I'm probably going to set up. I guess it's tough because if I build another hut, I get more kittens, but then that's more mouths to feed. Interesting challenge. This is a cool game. I like this one. It's pretty different. I like how many games exist inside of the idle game as a concept. Like, they're not all just like cookie clicker, you know, adventure capitalist clones or skins. I guess I don't know. Is this production helping my farmers? Or is it only affecting... The fields mention that production is affected, but I don't think the farmers do. Spring's almost over. We just go hard on wood cutting here. And I guess this is going to be pretty important, it seems like, long term. So I might want to do that at least once. It says I can overcharge happiness. No, it just says, it talks about overpopulation, not overcharging the happiness value. Okay. I should see what sending hunters does one time before I'll tab back out of this, I think. Oh wow, so outside of the spring, I cannot support this population without having some active farmers. God damn, okay. This game is mean. What they say, the Dark Souls of idle games. All driven by catnip. Like every other resource seems to derive from catnip. And I guess you can like assign people not to be farmers to like use your catnip stores as like a health bar to try to accomplish other things. This one seems particularly like this is almost like the opposite of idle loops. Idle loops is like it really wants you to just leave it up in another window for like a day. This one is like, no, don't ever click off of it. Maybe like do like work on your computer at the same time as you let this run, but keep your eye on it constantly. Getting close to being able to afford this. Don't think I want to burn catnip into wood. I think that's actually a really bad... I think that's a misplay after the beginning. Once you have the ability to obtain wood from a worker, you're getting a much better deal for their time by just letting them sit and chop the wood than it is to turn catnip into it. Beautiful, we get a barn. Let's drop these guys and do hunter really quick because I want to see what it does. Send hunters one time with furs and ivory. Now they're 118% happy. And that reduces their catnip consumption. But they slowly burn through these. I see. That's interesting. So long as they have furs and ivory to consume, this always costs a flat 100. I'll do it one more time, and then we'll gear up to have probably just scholars. I think my base happiness level will be fine when I click out of this. Scholars and like, well, 1 scholar and 5 farmers, I think we established was enough to survive the winter. And I suppose you can project that in advance if we know it's going to go down by 75%. And once they're at 100, they're not doing anything anymore. Okay, it's important to know. Scholar, farmers. They can bank 15k catnip. I'm tempted to drop 1 farmer and get 1 woodcutter on the theory that maybe they'll have enough banked catnip this time to survive the winter, and at least that way I can bank some wood. for when I return because I can bank up to 600 of it. And the science should take a really long time for them to do anything. So I think I'm happy with this for now. Let's go to the next game here. We're back in Kitten game, and I think that the amount of food that I set was correct, although we're capped on everything right now, so let's spend some stuff. Mining costs 500, animal husbandry. I think having a better food situation is probably the better way to go here. It's currently spring, so I can probably get people off of farming. Maybe onto science. Pasture. 100 catnip and 10 wood. Catnip demand reduction. Oh, that's a smart. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I think we basically spend all of our banked wood and catnip on this. Might be time to get another hut, because we should be able to afford it now. Let's do a hut. That's cool. Every time I get one of these, man goes down pretty substantially. Rare astronomical event, which I don't think I can do anything with the rare astronomical events. Decide if I want literally everyone to be a scholar. Scholar seems to be the thing that gets me the most new material. Happiness actually pretty much stayed put. It's only down to 96%, which isn't bad, but maybe it's because you need more if you have substantially more kittens. Let's just do all science all day for now. Keep doing pasture is probably good. Yeah, I used up all my wood. And this is only during spring, so I'm going to have to reassign people to farming here soon once spring ends. Although the drain's not too bad right now. Tempted to build yet another hut. You said that each cat is self-subsistence plus 25% for the community. So every 4 kittens on farming covers another kitten who can do something other than farming in the winter. It's interesting. Civil service. Mathematics, construction. Oh, sure, yeah. I see a summary. I get that I have 15. So that means it's demand reduction 7.5% down from what it would be otherwise. Oh, let's it's 31.45 per second. Divided by 8. So that's about 3.9 per cat. Okay. Then each cat produces 5 as a farmer, which is pretty good. Maybe we do more libraries. That gets me more science output by 10%. Oh, and it increases my max science, which I need literally to get some of this better shit here. Okay. We might reassign some people to woodcutter here once I pick up mining. I'm curious what mining, the effects actually are. Might be worth doing a little bit of cat power here. I got a lot of things I want to do at the same time, so... this is going to take 3 minutes. I'd rather it be done faster, so I'm just going to pump it here for a second. Now it's 2 minutes. I'll lose a little bit of catnip. That actually burns catnip kind of fast. Maybe that's not good. I'm to get another barn too, so I'm not completely capped when I come back. Each of these produces a flat amount. Oh, I see. So it's 0.175 science per second, but it's more because I have 2 libraries. That makes sense. I guess I don't want to have too much catnip on me for when I alt-tab out of the game, so I'm going to convert some over to wood here. Build another library. Otherwise, I'm just going to like cap immediately, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Nice not having anyone die, though. Kittens all survive this time. Now I have 1,000 science, so when I come back I might be able to pick up mathematics. Improve scientific developments. Probably good to go for relatively early. I like this game a lot. It's pretty different from all the other ones. I can see why it was so highly recommended when asking about which idle games to play. It's interesting to think about each kitten that's assigned to something other than farming as essentially costing food. Because they already cost food, and they cost the food that they're not earning from being a farmer. It feels like that's smart math that, reflects the real world. Okay. Got our mining. Which doesn't give me a job right away? You can build mines. Don't see where the mines are. Is there something else that's a prerequisite for them first? About to be winter, so we're gonna have to move stuff around here. I think I swap when it is winter. That sucks. I paid for mining and it doesn't look like I can actually afford it. Try to get some hunting done before winter kicks in. Get pretty good cat power per second. Gotta get into winter and see how bad it is here. It affects their production no matter what they're doing, so it's even making them better at hunting, which is interesting. Actively want the catnip to drain here before winter. They burn through happiness much faster than they used to, so that's interesting. Now we gotta pop into something else here. Let's have them all farm. Now it's winter, so we don't need to all farm. Many of them need to farm, though. 0.72 per second might be enough for them to survive the winter and still do something more productive. I think we stick with Scholar and maybe one Woodcutter. I guess the idea is that it's going to cap, right? So since I'm alt-tabbed, 1.73 per second to 0, 1 hour. Okay, yeah, I think they'll be fine. Just don't activate anything else. I don't know why it won't let me build the mine despite unlocking it. There must be some other prerequisite that I can't see, but I guess I'll come get mathematics when I come back. That's cool, though. Back to Kittens game. An emissary of lizards comes to your village. A meteor fell near the village. 50 minerals. Do I need that to build the mine? It didn't let me build the mine before. Okay, well, we're capped. It's a cold summer, so there's a penalty, so that kind of sucks. This costs 100 wood. Unlocks the miner job. Each upgrade level improves your mineral output by 20%. I think it's probably too late to talk to the emissary of lizards, but that's fine. Got mathematics. Construction of academies, which are efficient research building. Got workshop now. Variety of upgrades improves craft effectiveness by 6%. Requires lots of mineral. Send out the hunters. I've overcapped for a while. Do all miners all day here. There's a new tab. Trade. Lizards friendly. Buys minerals, sells wood. That's interesting. Send explorers to discover new civilizations. Costs 1,000 cat power. How do I build my max cat power? What's affecting? Oh, is it huts? Is that the main thing? Okay. Get up to 400 here. Let me buy another one of these, and another one of these. Probably want more science in the future, and wood cost is pretty cheap. More catnip fields. Pretty expensive, but I want to get way under the cap here. Because even though those suck in the winter, it's less, I guess the more of them I have, the fewer people need to be assigned to work on this shit. Need to get back up to 100 wood, but that should be fine. Every time you click gather catnip, does it give you one catnip? It's hard to see with how fast everything is now. It'd be nice to be doing something while I wait, you know? Now in autumn, so that's cool. Getting some wood. I don't think I have any way to make wood cutting more efficient right now, sadly. Could refine some of this to get the catnip count down. Not a good use of it, but I don't know why it wasn't letting me build the mine before. I don't know if the meteor needed to fall first in order for me to start being able to build it, or there was some other like threshold that I needed to reach. Because like I researched it with science and then couldn't build it right away, and it wasn't clear to me why. Civil service, construction, we still have metalworking. Sturdy, durable tools. Got enough of those now, so drop them off mining. We put them all in wood cutting. More barns is probably still a good idea. That also lets me stock more minerals. 153 wood now. I'm probably not getting it today. Still want to wrap up the other 2 games. One minute. Now, this is basically bonus seconds from idle loops. So I guess it's not like cheating. It's a limited resource you have to use, right? The first time I read it, I thought it was cheating, but I guess I misunderstood. Eventually we reset. Okay. I guess at some point we want to trade if minerals are easier to get than wood, which I think they maybe are. Digger mortise. 0.25 mineral per second versus 0.09 wood per second. Maybe we consider doing that next time. There's a workshop. We drop all these guys. We put all of them on farmers for a second, and I decide where I actually put them when winter triggers here. Provides a variety of upgrades. Improve craft effectiveness by 6%. So this is like... This is an upgrade menu to make... I'm not sure I understand what this is doing. Is this just so I don't have to click on refine catnip? Now it's winter. Drop some of these guys. Not many of them though. Okay, so I click this. It still costs me 100 catnip. Without having to spam click this. It says it improves craft effectiveness by 6%, so I took that to mean that I would get more wood whenever I spend 100 catnip, but it still is only giving me 100. It's like costing me 100 and only giving me 1 wood. Is that a bug, or am I misunderstanding something about the way it's supposed to work? Still no achievements. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe this makes a difference. Farmers are more effective. Oh. Yeah, this seems pretty important to do. Okay. So, craft effectiveness of the upgrades, I think I get it. So building it just lets me do this, and that's a little bit easier. But then if I go into the workshop, if I make one of these, every workshop that I have, the mineral hose gets 6% more effective every time. That seems pretty useful. Woodcutters are 70% more effective. So do I need to get this to get this? I assume this is strictly better. And I can't, do they stack if I have both of them? Expanded barns, reinforced barns. Stack. Okay, cool. Great. We got more cool stuff to do with Kittens game next time then. Checking in for an update on Kittens game today. I want to make sure I have everything set up to survive the winter before I go AFK. I think 6 farmers is probably enough, plus 2 scholars. I think I can probably just tab out of it right now and be fine. Although I'd like to not be capped on catnip the entire time, so it's not too much to spend that on. I guess I can get more fields. I know they get substantially weaker in the winter, but that's catnip generation that doesn't actually require me to have cats assigned to it, which is great. That's probably enough. And then I have all kinds of things to explore when we get back. But I feel like I need to play this game pretty attentively. Since I let this one sit offline for a while, I have access to this Tempest Fugit option now. That seems like that's going to be great for playing attentively. I don't have a ton of time. It's like 10 minutes, but it might be enough for me to check out some things in the workshop, which I think is the next big focus I want to do for a Kittens game. All right, so it took us about 2 hours to finish 1,000 times resist, so add 2 hours onto the live split timer if you're trying to guess how long happened from the last clip. Okay, so we got some minerals from meteors falling. I guess the meteors don't do anything unless if you already have access to minerals, huh? Which makes sense. And we capped that on catnip. I want to mess with the workshop because that seems really effective. So we need minerals first before getting iron, and science, which I'm capped on science. So I'm trying to decide. I think I just try to use that on... It's autumn right now. It's about to be winter. That's unfortunate timing. Scholars we can click off because right now I'm capped on science anyway. I just want to get enough minerals to be able to unlock one of these. So I need like 500 minerals. Celestial mechanics. Celestial events and meteors generate additional science. That just costs science. It gets me from being capped anymore, so that seems pretty good. It's winter. I'm burning catnip here. Probably need to do more huts soon, but it's like difficult to keep track of how many units I need to keep running, you know? I think we just leave these guys on minor. Oh man, sometimes the click zones in this are a little janky. Okay. Let's give it a second here. Guess I can do this. That's cool that you consume it like a resource. So it says accelerate and slow. They just mean turn it on and off, not like there's a way to turn it to slow things down as well. Okay. Mineral axe. Woodcutters are more effective. I'm not capped on wood right now, so I'm going to go ahead and make one. I guess the thing that I got that makes them more effective doesn't get reflected in the tooltip, sadly. I just have to remember that I have it, I suppose. 70% more effective is like really substantial, though. Do mineral hose is probably should have done that first, honestly. Farmer tools. They specifically have to be assigned as farmers, I guess. Doesn't help with my fields, I take it. Get this back on. This is kind of interesting where you can just build enough of a storeroom for catnip that you can just let it run through the winter and wait for, instead of having to have farmers running the entire time. I kind of like that. There's a lot of cool mechanics in this game that neatly mirror real life mechanics, just using the basic gameplay math. Get up to 275. I think with this size of village, I can, and 15k storage for catnip, I can just deal with the winter, and it's not a big deal. Maybe that's like I should try to expand my barns at some point. Requires iron. There's mineral hose. That only helps with active farmers. So iron, iron, iron. Bolus. Affects hunting. How are we doing on happiness? Is still fine. I guess happiness generally doesn't degrade too badly, but you can like get them a really big buff if you have a high enough value for it, I suppose. It's probably going to be time to trying to decide if I want to do barns first. There's a lot of interesting choices in this game, and it's hard to pick which one you want to do. Construction, masonry, adding iron and other metals, but it requires, okay. Probably want to do some scholars here. I might actually have enough like storage that I can just divide everyone so I have people assigned to each of the jobs. Need lots of wood. Actually, of the things I have on this list, the problem with Hunter is great, but I like have to be physically here to turn it on. Otherwise, I guess they can build up to 400 excess cat power, so it's not that bad. Do an academy, improves research ratio and the speed of your kitten's skill growth. I didn't realize that there were skills. Okay, well, let's take that. That seems great. Improve science output by 20%. So I can't actually see my individual kittens right now, right? Once this Tempest Fugit runs out, I'm probably going to swap off this to the next game. I feel like we do catnip fields. They're getting really expensive. Cold summer, fuck that shit. Hide researched. Okay, so it'll turn red if I don't have enough storage for it, but it won't turn red if I don't have access to the item yet, I suppose. Would love to get access to iron. I'm guessing that requires metalworking. So let me move some guys around here. There's not supposed to be a way, at least not yet, for me to see the individual kittens' like skills and stats. I'm assuming the game doesn't want me to be moving them across jobs constantly like I've been doing. I'm pretty good at my mineral count right now. Let me just try to get some science upgrades in before I swap off of this. My catnip generation is plus tools, demand. I think the village unfortunately includes my farmers, right? It's okay. You run out of Tempest Fugit really fast. Kittens dead, years played, run number, rare events observed. Average kittens born per century. Now I can get metalworking. Which gets a smelter, which turns minerals into iron. Okay. Smelts ore into metal, which it automatically does based on how many minerals I have in town, I suppose. Then we want more miners in that case. Oh shit, it keeps doing that. How much iron do I need for upgrades here? 25 is not too bad. That's pretty achievable. 200 is pretty good. Probably need to move some people around to farmers because I don't think I'm going to cap in time for winter. There's like no way. I don't want people to die. So let's do 1 scholar, 1 miner, 4 farmers, 2 woodcutters, and hopefully that gets me a decent chunk of the way there as we tab out. I only have storage for 150 iron, but this is enough things building that I might be able to get some good stuff. Okay. Back to Kittens game. I don't think anybody died. We're back capped on catnip, which is fine. It's warm summer. Don't really have that many minerals. Science hasn't capped. I feel like I'm falling into the trap of not building more huts, and I should be building more huts. 200 wood, 250 minerals. Tempest Fugit's all worn out. You need more science storage to do civil service and construction. You can do iron hose and iron axes. I'm capped on iron. The hose are probably more important to start with. Hunting armor. So reinforced barn requires beams and slabs. And I need more wood storage, so I think getting barns is good for that. It also gets me more stocked food for the winter, which is nice. But I need to get up to reinforced versus expanded. More storage space specifically for wood and iron. So I want to get another barn. These are getting really expensive. I just don't want to be capped right now while I'm staring at the screen. Send hunters. It was a shit hunter trip, you guys. Jeez. Shameful. Buys minerals, sells wood. It's probably a good deal because you have a small chance of getting rare resources. Gold. So to send a caravan, I have to unlock, what is it? Civil service? Or some other science, because I don't have anyone who could be like a diplomat, right? Or a merchant. This barn upgrade is 267. Jesus. That's all I need, though, so I could repurpose everyone to be a woodcutter for a second. I guess this smelter is interesting, because, like, it just makes minerals into metal until I'm capped on iron, and then it stops doing things. And if I have multiple smelters, then they're just doing that slightly faster, I suppose. The bolus is... I can't say if it's worth going for or not. I guess it's... Your hunters are twice as effective as... Way more effective. It's a really substantial upgrade. I feel like this is where all the normal, like... exponential growth idle things are. If I get this barn, then I can alt-tab out and hopefully come back to enough wood to get the barn upgrade here. The expanded barns. So iron's no problem, science is no problem, minerals are no problem. I guess it doesn't... I guess the problem with expanded barns is it doesn't really help me right now. It's just giving me more space to store stuff, so maybe I want to be building other things. We do another library, which increases max science. Still haven't seen Kittens skill growth at all. Improves mineral output. I might just need to say fuck it, and I gotta get huts. So I've just been sitting here without huts for so long. I think I wait until winter is done, and then I do this, and I try to like get my economy fixed. Let's go all farmers for a second. Probably want more pastures. Catnip demand reduction down. I like that their demand reduction down. I think that's quite clever. Don't need 8 farmers. It's too many farmers. Each of my woodcutters can now do... What's conversion consumption for wood? I feel like it tells you how long you have to go until you cap, which is like forever the fuck away. Science output. I wish I could see the skills. I probably need to get something else to be able to see that. Let's redirect to woodcutters here. I think I'm too stressed about cats dying, and so therefore not building huts. And I'm guessing cats dying is much more painful when they're actually able to accrue skills, but if they are, I'm not able to see that menu at all right now. To 0, 8 minutes, 41 seconds. Okay, it's nice that they just state that. Still have no achievements, which is funny. Need to figure out how to get beams and slabs. I assume that's going to come out of, maybe that's construction, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. We're almost out of winter here. Find some catnip, even though it's inefficient, just to get this done sooner. Because my mineral production is actually really solid. If I could just trade, it's like almost 3 times better than woodcutting. I think that it even includes all the upgrades I've picked up. Okay, so we get another hut. Takes a second to build it here. Now I have to deal with having more cats, but the cats are better at everything they do. They have mineral and iron hose, so they're 80% more effective. So previously I needed 4 farmers to cover themselves plus 1 cat. So probably it's like 2-ish farmers to cover themselves plus 1 cat, if I'm just depending on their output to outpace the winter penalty. Okay, let's stay on woodcutter for now. I'm tempted to just get another hut, but that's pretty expensive. Do another pasture. To 10 kittens. Do not want idle workers. I'm not pumped about any of these. I think like the whole idea behind Hunter is like if you're attentive to the tab, then it's really good because you can increase your output by just constantly assigning things to it. I feel like pastures are good because of the way that they scale with more cats, which makes sense. Like a pasture is catnip demand, and that's minus 0.5%, so it's better the more cats you have. Whereas catnip fields get worse the more cats you have because they're substantially more expensive for each additional one. But the extra cats are a huge increase in your demand. Okay. A lot of minerals, which is why the smelter is red. So I think we move these guys around. Let's do 2 for everything. And then we probably tab out. Can't think of anything else I would grab here. Another library, because I think that gets me civil service. Gets me construction. Okay. And then I think we'll be fine in the winter, but I guess if we're not, I'm going to find out when I come back. All right, what are we doing here in Kittens game? Nobody died. Good. We are in winter right now, so I'm seeing in real time what that's doing to production, and I think that we build up to 20k and then we survive, and it's not a big deal. Hunters have returned from 4 hunts, which gets us to 110% happiness, which isn't incredible. Kind of want another hut here. I think I got spooked by my cats dying early. 3 times as effective. I need to get to 750 iron storage. Goddamn. Okay. And they're already doing this much faster now. I do not have access to Kittens skills right now, right? Like I don't have a menu for it. I feel like I need to see what stuff does. I think that that's really important. I'm undervaluing it right now. So I think we need scholars. Improve science output by 20%. Improve science output by 10% and increases the science cap. We can store up to 2750 science, so I really got to pick these up and see what they do. It's still like 6 minutes away though, which is brutal. 9 minute 15 seconds. I wish I knew how many days. Wish I could see how long winter lasts in seconds, so I could look at this and when it says to 0, know whether I'm covered or not. I guess I could just like literally look at the live split timer next time winter triggers and count, or watch the VOD. I'm sure it's always the same period no matter what. I don't think I can hover to see any of that. What if it's hunting and base infrastructure? All right, well, let's see. I'm gonna hit the catnip cap. So let me get a couple more fields here. Jesus, fields are expensive now. Let me get one additional field. Well, I'll do another one. Color scheme permanently unlocked catnip. Huh. They're like options. Interesting. It's pretty funny. This is easier on my eyes, so I'm going to switch to this. Maybe I should have done that sooner. No, I want to sit out 4 minutes. I don't have any faster way to hit this right now. Happiness is at 100%. Overpopulation reduces it. Yeah, I can't really vibe out the general value of happiness if it's like... If it's enough... I feel like this game is all about opportunity cost. It's like if you have 2 people assigned to hunter, that's 2 kittens that aren't assigned to scholar and not assigned to farmer. And I imagine that there's some equivalence there. Like it seems like one farmer does not make enough catnip to refine into wood to be worth a woodcutter, right? So they've thought about the math relationships there. And I can intuit the woodcutter farmer relationship pretty easily. I have a harder time intuiting the hunter relationship to basically any other job. Let me go all in on hunters for a second. Gives me 3 per second. I guess I need to have both furs and ivory to get a benefit to... If I like... Okay, no, I still do occasionally get ivory. I was wondering if I like hunted the mammoths to extinction or something. We'll come back to this. I don't think I might just come short of capping. So, I think we go back and we do 2 on everything. That was pretty good for coming back and having a lot of choices last time. All right, so in Kittens game, we're capped on cat power. We're capped on iron. We're capped on catnip. It's the summer. Happiness at 110%. I can unlock construction, or I can wait. Oh, it's 52 seconds to get civil service. So let's see what the hell that is. Let's reassign to scholar really quick. It's potentially new and exciting unlocks. Currency can boost your development in indirect ways. Oh. Huh. Census. Oh. So is this the skill thing? Sort by XP. So these are the names of my 10 cats. Now, have they been getting these skills behind the scenes as I've been assigning them different things throughout? Maybe they each have, like, things that they favor? I can favorite... I can set one of them as a leader. No traits. Probably want the scientist to be the leader or a philosopher. Okay. What does clicking the star do here? I guess they gain these skills independent of what I assign them to, huh? Or maybe it tries to, hold on, assign them in order of how good they are. Maybe it tries to load balance automatically, basically. Cold autumn. Okay, see Cassie Dust is getting XP here. Adequate 6%. I wish I understood this menu a little bit better. Kittens earn XP by working. You could spend XP and gold to promote a kitten. So I need currency as the next important thing to be able to do something with that, I suppose. Science learning, skills learning, max science. Makes academies feel more valuable. I probably honestly just need more huts, though. I assume I still can't trade. I need someone that's like dedicated to being able to do that. Q cap 1. Dabbling adequate. You have someone who's listed as a merchant. Yeah, I guess if someone knows how this is supposed to work, if it's like when I assign them to a job, there's like a star icon and a leader icon. Because starring is just favorites, so they turn up at the top of the list, I suppose. But I don't know how to assign specific kittens to specific jobs, unless if that's only something that I unlock later with more tech upgrades or something. Maybe that's what it is. I'm going to sit out this winter so I can look back at the VOD and calculate how many seconds it is. It's definitely not 17 minutes, so that's pretty absorbable. I think we keep doing the academy. assigns the highest skilled kitten who isn't already assigned to a job. They build skills by doing stuff. Because I primarily assign them in this pattern of 2%, 2%, 2%. Wait, no, I guess this is telling me what their current job is, right? Not necessarily their best job. Okay, so the rank is separate from the percentage, right? So 11% doesn't correlate with dabbling. We're 12% of the way into dabbling, and then above dabbling is a level above that. Probably guessing dabbling, novice, adequate. Adequate is as good as I've got. Bolded is current. Chemist, artisan, scholar. Maybe there's like an upgrade later that will do intelligent load balancing for me. Science seems pretty important right now. 37 minutes to get currency. Currency is probably more important than construction if it affects my ability to promote kittens. I assign everyone to being a scholar, just for funsies here. It shows everyone in bold as a scholar. And several of them are pretty good at it, but a couple of them are quite bad. Color, variety, XP, scholar. So they only get bonuses at, like, I guess the ones that say +% are people who have like an innate bonus to it, I suppose. Dabbling, novice, adequate, competent, skilled, proficient, master. Okay, that makes sense with what I'd expect. Let's go back to 2 of everything. Oops. Well, what does that do for me with currency? If I pump them all on scholar, oh geez. Then it's like 6 minutes, which should be enough for me to tab back over here. So moving on to Cookie Clicker. All right, what are we doing here? Capped on iron, science, kittens. Do currency. Policies with the same numerical cost are mutually exclusive. So this means I can only unlock diplomacy or isolationism? Huh. Interesting. Nobody died here, but my catnip is draining, even though it's summer. That's bad. So I unlocked currency, gold ore. Small percentage of ore is smelted into gold. Okay. That's the next important thing I need then, I think. I think I actually want, well, you want cat power or gold cost reduction? It's hard to say. $1,300 science for construction. Oh, and then engineering is gated behind that. Warehouse, store resources, beams, wood. Is this in the workshop? Okay. Iron. Need 1,000 for a reinforced saw. Composite bow. Gold ore. Oh, these are like one-time crafts, basically. Interesting. Okay, let's get them off science here. A couple more guys onto farmer. Warm autumn gives us a bonus to production. Yeah, that makes sense. So all I need to be able to do a caravan is cat power, gold, and minerals, right? I don't need to have like an assigned merchant or trader or whatever. I'm gonna swap these hunters off and switch them to something else like woodcutting here in a second. For trading, I need cat power, gold, and minerals. There's no like special job that I need to be able to do it. All right. Warehouse requires 1.5 beams and 2 slabs. Put them on the slab, which I think I can accomplish with this current setup. Hopefully I don't overcap on catnip. I think I might need this winter because it's been rough lately. Move one of these guys to be a miner. Actually, let's do woodcutter because minerals are much easier for me to get. Woodcutting is super annoying right now and I need wood for like basically everything. All right, we'll come back to this. All right, in Kittens game, I do need a lumber mill. Improves wood production. Sounds great, actually. My wood production like blows goats at the moment. It's like my biggest problem almost. Do I have anything else that I'm really excited about here? Warehouse, 2 slabs, 2 beams, basically. That shit's expensive. Fuck. I think we're more than fine on farmers now. Maybe have one sitting around just so that they're doing something. Burn some catnip here. Stone slab. Let me quickly reassign people to minerals to afford this so I can tab out of this game for the day. Meteors are an interesting mechanic, I think. I probably still need to get more kittens. But if I can get more of these lumber mills and get better wood production, that would be very nice. My current wood production is terrible. What is this conversion consumption? Something is just burning through my wood stores. I don't think I have a task that's doing that. Okay, so we get a warehouse. Max wood, max minerals, max iron. Log house. Build a house with space for 1 kitten. Cheaper than building another hut. Okay. A lot cheaper than building another hut. Does the smelter automatically use... So I guess the wood is firing the smelter. Okay, I understand. And then it doesn't happen if I'm capped on iron. Gotcha. Cool. Okay, well, that makes sense. Come back to this next episode on Wednesday. So I'll buy a pasture and a catnip field just to avoid capping here. Okay, back in Kittens game here. I got a lot of stuff to think about right now. I have 600 seconds of temporal flux, so I may as well do that when I know what I want to be using my resources on. It's cold. I'm not at the catnip cap. I probably want more kittens. Now that I can do log houses, that's pretty viable. I need a lot of minerals and a lot of wood, though. I guess the science isn't immediately helping me, nor are the hunters, so we can redirect them to wood and mining. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oops. Okay. Try to focus the log house. I can maybe go ahead and turn on Tempest Fugate really quick just to afford that sooner. That only adds one kitten. And it's less cat power, but it's much cheaper to build than another hut. Looks like my login expired. I might re-log in, tab off the screen when I switch games here. I don't know what that does. Like, I think it's still caching most of my progress here. Okay, it's winter now, which isn't great. Log house. Drawing an 11th kitten soon, hopefully. Turn this back off. Just want that on when I'm actively playing here. So 19 minutes to 0. I think my current catnip situation is pretty fine. So I have to decide where I want to direct my extra kitten here. I guess I could just put them on farming. It's boring, but boring can be good. Taryn, you had mentioned that I can review texts after researching them and it tells me more information. Unlocks golden trade. Yeah, that's actually super helpful. Thanks. Gold would be nice. A small percentage of ore be smelted into gold. That's 1,000 science and 800 minerals. Which I can maybe get if I let this just go here. I don't really have any incredible catnip sinks. I mean, I could keep buying fields, but fields get like ridiculously expensive very quickly. I could also quickly refine to try to get more pastures. I think I just have to let this sit for a second. It's a bummer that the smelter is always burning wood, whether it has iron to make or not, so I guess I should be trying to spend my iron as quickly as possible. Maybe I make a metal plate just to have a metal plate. So I'll probably need it in the future, and it's a way to sink iron. Manuscripts. Catnip enrichment. Catnip refines twice as well. That's actually pretty good, because that's 50 for one wood, which is actually a pretty good deal. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. I thought it just had to be on after I bought it. Is that minus? As I'm basically selling it? Alright, well, we're fine with the springtime here. Refine is much cheaper now. Minus makes it idle, plus turns it back on. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Alright, Melbourne time. Okay, fix my login situation in Kittens game. So over here, let's see. Workshop stuff, I think gold ore is what I really need to be trying to rush here. I've got all the iron I need. I'm at the iron cap. If I build this, I'll still be able to afford gold ore. So let's do 1 just to have it. I don't know what I'm using it for. Need to send the hunters out. Science and minerals, and I don't really need anything else. Okay. I wish I understood this job list a little bit better. I assume they're getting better. I assume it's just auto load balancing. Like every time I clear this, it's trying to assign the people who are best for each job from the ones available. But I guess I kind of assumed that I could scroll down into this list and like tell specific cats that I wanted to do specific jobs. I think we just camp everything else here because I need these other resources for gold ore. 800 minerals, 1000 science. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on Tempest Fugit here. I am hitting the catnip cap, so I think I'm just gonna start spamming refine occasionally when I come in here, since it's much more economical now. In fact, it might, if I'm able to play attentively, at 50, it might be more economical than even having woodcutters, because my woodcutters are like not great. I think when I have one, it's like, even with tools, it's not a lot. All right, come back to this. All right, over here in Kittens game, still working through Tempest Fugit. Gold ore, that's great. But that's an extremely slow accrual rate. All right, but I can use the thing that lets me promote people once I have a certain amount of money. I don't know when it gives me the prompt to do that. I guess I probably have to have a certain amount of it in order to spend it. We're capped on catnip, so let me spam this a bunch of times. Oh, I see. I can hit times 100 to do it a lot more all at once. Sure. Doing that in autumn is maybe a teensy bit dangerous. Let's assign folks back out here. I'm so underwhelmed by Hunter. I think I might just stay off Hunter. So I get 5 catnip per second, 0.09 wood per second. So this takes me 10, by default, not including any other buffs, it takes me 10 seconds to get 1 wood. Now I can trade in 10 seconds 50 catnip for slightly more than, well, I guess it's still slightly, no, it is better, isn't it? It's only a little bit better, but gambling is a reliable rep for money mana trade once you get enough suckers identified. Okay, that's funny. I like that idea. Now it's winter, but I've got 12 minutes. It's not going to last 12 minutes, so we should be totally fine. I don't like doing cat power. I don't mind getting gold. I guess cat power is easy to directly farm for, and gold is more having to be AFK for a long time. So I'd probably take isolationism, but I think we're going to go for this science upgrade first. I don't think I care too much about anything else on here for now. Because I don't think I can get my wood production to be particularly good, to be honest. Try to do the saw. 1,000 iron. Okay, well, we're not doing the saw anytime soon. Composite bow. I could do the composite bow relatively soon. I'd have to start hunting more. Just underwhelmed by hunting in general. All right, I'll let this go. All right, Kittens game, still completely fine on catnip. I think if I'm fine on catnip in the winter like that, that's a a clue that I need to get another cat. And that costing minerals too is kind of brutal. I could start just trying to go hard on refining catnip to get more huts too. Trading post. The heart of your trading empire. Reduces rare resource consumption by 4%. Requires 10 gold. I don't really have any way to get more gold, right? Gold comes from... I guess I could run a second smelter that would burn through my minerals faster. Let's see what I want to do here. Engineering would be good to try to focus for a second. This mentioned that I can use money to promote them when I took, it was like civics or something, but I don't know when it gives me that prompt to do that. Okay, I see. So overpopulation reduces it. So previously I was only, like my floor for happiness was like 90% or something because I had fewer cats. So I'm going to have to start doing hunting just to keep my happiness at 100% at some point. Okay, I think I get it. Craft effectiveness seems not bad. Yeah, I've seen it go over, but it seems like it drains above 100% basically immediately for like a pretty marginal benefit. Okay, engineering. Let's see what it says it did. Aqueducts. Oh, plus 3% to catnip production. That's pretty sick given how cheap it is initially. All right, is it time to just go insanely ham on aqueduct production? Fuck everything else. No swimming. Yeah. The current burn rate on furs and ivory is pretty high. Maybe it's better when you're able to drain it manually, but... Right. Out of Tempest Fugit. God, the reinforced barns are crazy expensive. Literally can't do expanded barns. I would need more wood storage. I'm not really realistically capping when I tab back over to this right now anyway, so I don't need to worry too much about that, I don't think. The UI is deceptive for process materials. Writing. 3,600 science. Okay, so my current science cap is 3,250. That's actually pretty achievable. I think the academy helps with skill growth. I probably want that instead. Hey, thank you, Bucky. How have you been? Appreciate that. Take that 10th aqueduct upgrade here. Kind of want to pick up a academy. Oh, let me see if I can see what you're talking about here. Environmentalism. Happiness bonus, pollution production down. Interesting. Destroy the forest to improve your wood production. But these are also mutually exclusive. They have the same numerical costs, are mutually exclusive. Okay. All right, I think I have to let this sit for a bit. Okay, back in Kittens game, my smelter is red, which means I'm out of wood, which is bad. So I should probably have a woodcutter just to maintain that. And I didn't have any kittens die. I guess I just recently got out of winter. I might have enough kittens now that this is becoming a little problematic. Been going super hard on minerals, which I'm capped on. I don't want to be capped on minerals. I do want more catnip bonuses. I guess each of these is quite a bit less effective. No, it makes it go up a lot. And that's with no farmers. Okay. That means I survived an entire winter cycle without farmers. It was a little scary, but it was relatively doable. I think we definitely want to be in that position, because if I can have them assigned to basically anything else, I would prefer that most of the time, I think. I guess this woodcutter is not producing anything because the smelter's turned on. So you're saying if I do this... All right, I think we just do that, because if I'm capped on iron, there's no reason for it to be burning resources. Complete waste. I'm still really unhappy with woodcutting as a profession. I think those guys might be better served as farmers and then just refine, unless if I'm going to get some kind of like workshop upgrade that's going to make them much more efficient. Maybe some combination of the lumber mill. I was going to try to pick up more academies to be able to save up for the lumber mill increase. Also try to qualify for writing. Yeah. It's 10% each. They're not that expensive. This makes the lumber mill better, and it requires 1,000 iron, which is not happening. Maybe the composite bow is better than it sounds. Need so much gold. It's crazy. Trading post, I have the gold. Now I need the wood and the minerals. I may as well get that just because I paid for the tech associated with it. I think since I just burned a bunch of my catnip stores, it probably makes sense to assign a couple farmers here just to catch myself back up. One farmer is 12 catnip per second. Okay. I think I'm going to let this sit for a little bit and then come back to it. Okay, we can afford the trading post now. Furs demand, ivory demand. But I need to have 15 gold to be able to trade it all, which feels crazy to me. Strip mining versus clear cutting. I'm picking one of these. I feel like we don't take environmentalism. Seems fucked up to not take it, but... These require culture, which I guess requires writing. Do I want more minerals or more wood? Oh, okay, you get it. Okay, thank you. That makes sense. Build more mines and try to focus more on trading here. I need 3,600 for writing. That's how I get culture, which would let me get diplomacy potentially. So I can try to save for that and build some academies here. It's good for skills learning. Overkill on farmers, though. Do I go ahead and take strip mining, I guess then becomes the question. Aqueducts are getting expensive. I have to refine my iron again soon. I'm always autumn whenever I tab into this game, it feels like. I now have enough science storage to get to writing, which maybe I just go all in on that happening here. Spend on aqueducts. Aqueduct, my friend. Let's do one more of these before I tab off here. Skills learning seems good. Because I feel like Kitten's skill growth is like crazy slow. But then again, it's an idle game that you're leaving up running for a really long time, so I suppose that makes sense. Prices vary from season to season. Small chance of getting rare resources. So we want to bring 1,000 minerals there. And I can't explore yet, I don't think. Well, maybe I'd have to build up my cat power maximum to be able to afford to do it at all. This is going to cap, but catnip fields are really expensive right now. I don't really have a better sink other than to just get some wood. It's probably fine. This catnip value turns a color when it's above a certain value. Does that... I'm wondering if that's projecting anything about my ability to survive in winter or anything like that. 2.75 science per second seems pretty good. Alright, next game. Okay, Kittens game. We're capped on a bunch of stuff. Let's take a look here. Keep buying aqueducts. Get writing now. Philosophy. Just confirm that writing gives me amphitheaters, which produce culture. Okay. 9.5k, 15k, 12k. All right, well, science is getting a little goofy here. Liberty or tradition? Fuck, man. Because of my gameplay style, it's going to make me select stuff that's contrary to my actual politics. Parchment times 3. Actually, parchment is furs. Fuck. Okay, well, at least I can use them for something that's not just happiness generation now. I think we do a hut, actually. The log house. I can do more lumber mills, maybe. Gold production is not happening because I don't have the smelter turned on. I guess I can turn it back on now. Means I probably want to have... How many woodcutters? Just to make sure I'm... Subsistence woodcutting is 2 woodcutters? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Does the lumber mill make a difference here? Damn, man. $15 kittens is a lot of kittens. Dangerous number of kittens. Yeah, I love there's a lot of cool stuff in Kittens game where it's like, you know, once you have enough automation in place, people don't all need to be farmers anymore, right? They can do something, they can like pursue art or higher learning. Leader manage jobs depending on experience. 10 gold. I want more gold, but I don't want, do I want another smelter? Can I not have another smelter? Oh, okay. There we go. It costs 200 minerals, and then I can turn on as many as I like of the ones that I've unlocked. And that slightly increases the gold generation rate. I don't know that I have anything else that really helps with gold generation. I'd love to get this leader. Maybe that's the job automation that I've been hoping for a while. All right, with that many smelters running, I'm not minerals positive or wood positive. Now I am. And I don't really have any iron sink right now. I guess I could go ahead and take strip mining. You cannot tiptoe away from the grasp of your history. Policy effects are permanent. You cannot switch policies until you reset. I feel like we do some of those later. Blocked policies. Okay. Embassy. Need 100 culture. I feel like a single trade is kind of mean. Like pretty expensive to do. I want to do this sooner. I don't really have any easy way to do it sooner, though. Sit on the screen for 10 minutes. So just in autumn, I'm burning catnip right now because of all of my extra cats. So that's pretty dangerous. Let's maybe have a farmer. Because the trading post itself... is only really... I guess the reason you're doing that is because the furs and ivory demand going down lets you stay happy from hunting much more frequently. I'm just not clicking on... I'm not able to click on send hunters fast enough, I think. I mean, maybe if I was able to bank a shitload of cat power that it wouldn't cap by the time I tapped over to it. I really want to sit on here and try to get this unlock. The register. 4 minutes. Yeah, that makes sense. Literally can't do the hut now, even if I wanted to. I guess even having a single farmer is pretty... They're pretty strong because of all of my stacking buffs. All right, so in the winter, I have 8 minutes, so that's fine. Eminently tolerable drain rate. If I get this register, I just need gold and science. I don't need minerals, so I could try to get another smelter here to try to get through it a little bit more quickly. But I gotta make sure I turn those off when I'm tabbed out to not cap on iron. Iron's close to capping, so you might make these metal plates, the purpose of which I don't yet know. Hunting. What else spends iron? Composite bow. It's maybe doable. But then I have to hunt, which I'm not doing, so... How do I increase my iron storage? What's the A warehouse. Warehouse kind of sucks. Barn. Beam and slab. 25, 50 iron. I guess the idea is that the barn eventually becomes extremely expensive. Probably want more mines too. I feel like 3 mines is kind of paltry for how much I've already invested in that. Or find some catnip once we're out of the woods with winter here. 2 minutes to go. Keep me neutral, and we're still neutral on minerals. I need to get like coal miners now. Power the smelters. I don't have access to anything yet that increases gold conversion efficiency, I don't think. At least not that I've noticed. 46 seconds. Happiness is really starting to drain here, so I might need to just like bite the bullet and do this cat power thing. Cat power, max cat power only goes up with population, it seems like. I don't see any other buildings that increase catnip storage. I think more barns would probably be a good thing. The current leader is a philosopher. So I don't have any way of knowing which person is the best leader. I see. It always comes with register. Okay. Manage jobs. Promote kittens. I've been waiting for this. Not enough gold to promote. Your kittens have been reassigned according to their skills. Sick. Nice to just have a button for that. I'm going to see how much gold I practically need to be able to promote here. All right, let's not have 4 smelters running. Well, I don't know. Gold accrual seems good, and it's very slow, and I can check out what promotion does when I come back later. And everything else is fine for now to let run. I guess I'll proc this really quick and get another mine. And I'm going to buy another metal plate just to not cap on iron. All right, swapping. Not enough gold to promote. Oh, maybe I can now. Gold's not capped yet. Your leader has promoted 1 kitten. So when it promotes them, is that like from a skill level to a new skill level, or where can I see the promotion? Cost me a shitload of gold. Okay, good to know. Steel. Philosophy. Been fine on winter still, it seems like. It's got to do something. I don't see them listed here. Kind of want to see if I do woodcutter farmer 51405. Let me watch when I hit manage jobs here if it's noticeably different. It is. Okay. That's cool. A warm winter. Oh, rank 1 on this artisan, Charlie Sand. I wish it did something. It's pretty expensive to try to do. Winter is coming. 10 kittens dead. Managed to dodge that so far. It's 9 minutes to 0. Oh, interesting. If I do promote kittens, does it always promote... Like, I wonder, is it going to promote Charlie Sand again? Okay. Artisan crafting bonus. Not enough XP to do anything special. Job bonus times 1.4 minor. No traits. Spend XP and gold to promote this kitten. Okay. I guess maybe I got the job bonus as a result of that from spending the first promotion. Interesting. I assume it has to do something helpful more than them just being the leader. It's weird that they made it hard to see what that is. Stacks, but has diminishing return. Reduces the negative effects of overpopulation by 5%. I need to get a lot of wood, a lot of minerals, parchment, which costs what? Furs. I gotta be really careful with doing furs though, right? Because like they're just burning through furs constantly. I guess I could turn everyone into a hunter to try to obtain these. And just like watch it like a hawk. Let's turn these off. Stack as much of it as I can until then. Yeah, exactly. I like that better because then I'm actually spending it on a permanent resource. Manuscript, requires culture. Okay, every manuscript gives you a minor bonus to a maximum culture. Diminishing returns. Oh, okay. Over on this side. Yeah, that makes sense. Probably should just be using this more frequently, to be honest. I'll try to do that. It shouldn't take too long to cap out here in 2 minutes. Science, I'm up to 3,000. I need culture. Parchment cost. Affects what policies are available in the future. It's like I don't want to take stuff that requires happiness since I'm not playing attentively enough to benefit from cat power. But I don't want to take tradition, I want to take liberty. It seemed like doing the good guy run of taking like environmentalism, maybe for your first run at least, is pretty challenging to make work. I don't really have a science sync at the moment. At least not for a while. I should try to pick these up. Might be able to get that already. That was 200. Okay, that'll help a little bit. I'll hit it. I'll get as much as I can. Hunting armor is pretty achievable as well. Now that I have a reason for doing it. Okay, so I get 2.22 parchment. Happiness went up. Let's reassign everybody here. Yeah. I think the main thing I needed... I gotta do some farmer since I just burned a lot of stuff. Hunting armor is iron, so I need to have all my smelters turned back on. That's fine. But I also need to be able to store more iron than I can currently store. I can do reinforced beams. That's pretty achievable. Oh my god. I guess it's summarizing how much total wood I need to get all of the beams necessary to get reinforced barns, and it's a very large number. Okay. Parchment was for making an amphitheater, but I need to do that again. So let's dump everybody again. Let's make everyone a hunter. Substantially faster now, because now I have the bows at least. Damn, that shit's expensive. Well, let me turn these off. Well, I don't have anyone to supply them. Spend culture, improve diplomatic relationship. I feel like wood is still pretty bad. Oh, achievement unlocked, unicorn conspiracy. Lift the shroud of the unicorn conspiracy. Huh. Oh, you got a unicorn. The fuck does it mean that I have a unicorn? What the hell does that do? Unicorn pasture? Reduces catnip consumption. It requires 2 unicorns. Did I do something that made that happen, or... Holy shit, that's 5% is pretty achievable. Maybe I should have been doing hunting this whole time. Damn. I'll sit and do that a couple times maybe. Unicorns 1. And then I produce unicorns after that? Oh my god. Fuck! I should have done that sooner. Alright, I need wood and minerals. Let me try to do the hunt one more time to see if I get lucky on the unicorns pull. 7 attempts at a 1 in 20 chance. I am burning catnip in summer right now, so I should probably not have everybody doing this. Sure, I remember to hit manage jobs every time. That's pretty huge. Just having a single unicorn gives you the permanent happiness boost, you're saying? Warm autumn, nice. Okay. Got a second unicorn. You love to see it. That's what I wanted to have happen. Fantastic. Okay, so we clear now. We do like half miners and then farmers to get us through the winter here. Actually, more than good enough. I don't think I need farmers at all. And keep it on hunters. I guess I can have like a hunter now that I see something that's really valuable. 66111 and then manage jobs. Okay. And now I'm producing unicorns, which is pretty funny. I like that way of presenting that you're like breeding them basically. And I'd love to try to get an amphitheater before I tab off this game, so let me try to do that. Produce some culture here. I really like Kittens game. It's an interesting game. I'm hoping it doesn't... One of the things I didn't like about Paperclips, like Paperclips is really smart, but there's like a point you get to in Paperclips where the math hasn't been as well thought out, and like suddenly instead of making progress every 10 minutes, it takes you like 6 hours to make progress, and then you make progress every 10 minutes again. I have 0.49 unicorns. I guess because I spent unicorns on the pasture. Okay. Means I'm not getting the 10% boost. I need to have one full unicorn to get that bonus. It's pretty funny. Craft effectiveness might be good to try to invest in later. Especially because I think that affects like making wood. Since I already got that to be quite a bit cheaper, refining it from catnip. $23 seconds, now we can get that going. Oh, you were just saying that about workshops, yeah. Yeah, they're not that expensive either. All right, there's our first amphitheater producing culture. So the amphitheater just produces culture passively. It doesn't require anyone to be assigned to it as a job. That's interesting. And it's going to cap. I guess it's not going to cap that fast, but it is going to cap. Just going to eyeball winter when it triggers here to make sure I feel safe swapping out. Yeah, I think we're fine. Passive, but very slow, sure. Maybe I'll be able to do a couple more of these. 'Cause I need culture for these guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to do Liberty. Manuscripts seem interesting to try to make. So you need 400 culture and 25 parchments. Okay. Cool. Kittens game popping off. Okay. I'm back in... Got 10 unicorns now. I shouldn't have left hunters up. I guess I only have one hunter, don't I? Great to get another amphitheater. And now I need a overcap on minerals? No kidding. Now I can technically get there. I guess the building gets like way more expensive over time. Get anything with science directly right now. I need to get way more science. And you weren't kidding about culture producing pretty slowly. Okay. That's why I want another one for sure. Glad I didn't have the smelters running. doing unicorn pastures. Okay, so culture production is pretty damn slow. Unicorn productions could get pretty good eventually. These are all stacking catnip demand reductions. Next amphitheater upgrade requires way more minerals. I've been neglecting buying barns, I guess, because I really haven't had easy access to wood this whole time. So I can technically do that now. I don't have the gold to promote kittens. There's still nothing crazy exciting in the upgrade menu. Try to get more iron storage. I guess I'm getting that via barns. But I need a reinforced saw is 1,000 iron. That's not happening anytime soon. 750 iron also not happening anytime soon. This could happen, but I guess when I've assessed this in the past, I haven't really gone for it because I was running smelters and like the time to get the beams was way nastier. But if I leave the smelters off, that's actually pretty doable. And that probably helps me get the saw faster. So maybe I do that. Science cap's currently 5,200. So more academies are probably good. But I think I want to try to get this. I'll reassign to miner to make it happen. I don't know if I need a farmer. I guess I don't need a farmer. We'll see how winter goes with no farmer. I am getting a 15% bonus from the weather, so. So I guess my unhappiness is much easier to manage now. Because of having at least one unicorn. I haven't really increased the size of my society recently. I know I'm going to have to do workshops. Like 6% is a pretty big deal. It's tough because it's like, I feel like you want to do these early instead of buying things like beams early. Since it makes the beams cheaper. But it's hard to know when you're starting to break even on it because 6% is not a lot by itself, but if I have like 10 of them, that's huge. I don't know. As with every idle game, it's a vibes math thing. Not enough XP to do anything special. I guess I can't review individual people's XP without promoting them to leader, which is really strange. Job bonus minor. Wish there were more verbose tooltips in this game for some things, because sometimes I think it matters to know exactly what's happening. Okay. Now I'm going to try to do workshops, I think. So I need wood. I need to see what happens when we get out of a warm summer. If I have enough passive catnip demand reduction and production to not have to assign a farmer. Next unicorn pasture requires 10 unicorns. No, autumn's warm too. Fuck. I'm not gonna be able to tell. I probably can't, but I don't want to stress about it too much. Workshop. That's all it's doing. There's a bunch of other like buildings I can get that improve my like production on other materials. This is only helping if I'm crafting. So if I'm not crafting, it's just wasted. I guess it's making this more efficient. I guess if it is making it more efficient, it's making it more efficient behind the scenes. Because the tooltip updated when I got the half cost for refining thing, but it didn't. Let's see, if I do it one time, does this go up by 1? Okay, yeah, so it's not also affecting that, sadly. As useful as that would be. Lumber mills seem really good. Not using any of my iron right now. Wood is fucking brutal. It's only 10% per lumber mill. Maybe I just need to like take a strategy of trying to balance my building counts, because I think almost every building matters. I guess some buildings matter substantially less than others, like the warehouse, who cares? But if something is generally valuable, I think I want to make sure I get up to like 5 of them and have them all be at 5 before I'm letting any sit at a much lower value here. Tools, buildings, 40%. I assume those stack separately from each other. I want to see winter here. Culture I'm probably not going to get to do until I come back. I was really thinking about taking this. I wonder why they like show you this so early, because it's so expensive compared to these two. Increases the effect happiness has on kitten production, which I don't want to take tradition, but I think tradition's more useful to me. Or at least I can understand the immediate benefit of it better. Especially if I'm not managing their happiness, yeah. All right, so 4 minutes to 0 is actually maybe a little scary. Just gonna try to watch it. And I'll assign a farmer if I have to. I guess having one farmer is pretty impactful when you do it. Just assume that one of my kittens is assigned to that. Science is at risk of capping here. Let's get the mines up to 5. That seems good. Get another lumber mill would be nice. We get more iron now. And just do it until I have enough. And I'll try to build this and then probably tab out after that. This expanded barns. Okay, so I can actually do this now. To get wood up to 1,000. I can could do that too. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more lumber mill, and then I'm gonna tab out with the smelters turned way down, maybe like one smelter running, the same current job set. 3 minutes. Looks like each season is like around 5 minutes. If not exactly 5 minutes. Turn this off now, that'll help with wood production. One costs me, it's actually a pretty significant hit, it seems like. My one scientist kitten is like working their butt off right now. Do I have any science sinks? I think there's stuff in here occasionally costs science. I guess just getting the upgrade costs science, but I'm going to hit science cap. I have nothing consumable to sink it in. That consumes culture. So I probably want to, before I leave, increase my science cap since I'm so close to hitting it right now. I'll give it another minute to do that. Only goes up by 500. I got 31 minutes to cap. I guess that's going slower than I thought. I just saw that the text changed colors, so. So the library, catch it up to the academy. All right, I'm going to let this sit. Okay, what do we got going on here? I have capped on cat power. Let's just do that. Buy my parchment. Wood and minerals are capped. Can't afford the amphitheater. I could if I had more mineral storage. And I need more parchments. So I'm going to keep focusing on trying to keep these even with each other, but let's see what my unlocks are. So there's liberty. I think we take tradition. It's fine. Monarchy or autocracy? Well, shit. Makes the leader twice as good at their job. Benefiting from past experiences. Okay, so that probably carries over from previous reset. Now I need 1,500 culture, which isn't happening. All right, let's start trying to increase our capacity for learning here. Observe the sky. I've only just now been able to do observe the sky, or has that been possible every time this rare astronomical? Is that like a golden cookie, basically, that I've been neglecting this entire time? Whoops. Unicorn pastures. The next one requires 32. So basically capped on almost everything. Get more kittens. Have enough gold to promote anybody? I probably don't want to mess with that if I don't really know how it works. Not enough gold to promote. Okay. Try to work on these barn expansions. I think they're pretty doable. The first one, I just need the wood for right now. So I could kill this, drop this, Do this. Manage jobs. 4.21 wood per second. I can do some of this. Let's go up to 1,000. Still pretty expensive. Did not see that observe the sky button this whole time. I think the whole time it's been a golden cookie. I've seen the rare astronomical event. I just didn't see that this showed up in my peripheral vision. Yeah, more science. Get this to 10 and then the library to 10, but I want to get the expanded space first, so let me try to hold out for that. 2 minutes to get it. It's pretty doable. More than a little nervous about this monarchy versus autocracy. Highly promoted kittens. Increases conversion production based on uncapped housing buildings. So conversion production is like the smelter. Per leader rank. I kind of want to see what the other thing is. Capped on minerals. Can I do anything with that? Anything that... I guess I can build an aqueduct. Let's do that. Okay. I wish I understood the promotion system more, because it seems like it's kind of important to understand it. 20 seconds. I think now I want to try to get all my buildings up to 10-ish. This is a pretty huge upgrade. 2362 wood, 2975 minerals now. All right, turn that back on. We can move everybody around here. Science is not in any fear of capping right now. Nothing's in a fear of capping. Unicorns are just always producing. Oh, I missed this. Shoot. I don't think there's anything else I want to do here right now. Cat power caps in 30 minutes. 10 minutes on minerals. So I can make that less problematic by moving some people from, let's manage jobs really quick. From miner to woodcutter, maybe. 11 minutes versus 19. I really wish I understood skills. They seem like they're pretty important, but I don't really understand them. Culture max. Culture max is already reasonably high. Try to do lumber mills. All right. It's probably going to cap by the time I come back, but that's okay. All right, for Kittens game, get another unicorn pasture real quick. Workshops feel painful to take right now. I think they're good, but do them now. Thing is, we want reinforced barns, which require... Actually pretty close to being able to afford this already, just with my current setup. I actually don't know if we're doing okay in the winter. I'm glad I tabbed in here. 5 minutes, 46 seconds. I think I'm slightly worse than even here. I guess this has become cheaper because of all of the upgrades I've gotten, so I need 25 beams. It is funny that you get, like, fractional beams here. If that's showing as much worse, I need 10 slabs. I have the iron already. I can try doing another promotion here since that seems to eventually be important. Nowhere near hitting any of that stuff. Nowhere near any of this stuff for a long time. I can send hunters, yeah. So technically I can build up to be able to get another amphitheater now. So I have the banked parchment. That's 6 of these, okay. I think I want to reassign a miner here. 4 minutes. Two more slabs. It's possible these numbers are fucky looking because of it including the, like, fractional amount of minerals that you have, even though you can't craft a fractional amount of any of this. Okay, so I have our needed slabs. Let's... have a miner. I need to stay even on what I'm converting into iron over here. Okay, so now this is 4 minutes. I can wait that out. Anything productive I can do while I wait. Only thing I need is, I guess I need iron, science, and then wood to make the beams. I think that's projecting correctly based on my workshop purchases, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Survived the winter. That could have been much worse. Beams and slabs. No, I save those. It's going to put us in a great place storage-wise, because I think that stacks with the other one I just grabbed. Embassy. The embassy is actually probably the way to go. God, that was fucking expensive, and it doesn't seem to immediately give me anything. I think I have to let culture build instead of doing that. So if I really, really, really want to trade with them. Fuck, man. They give me like 1% trade effectiveness or something. My kingdom to be able to sell that. Shit. Job bonus times 1.4 for woodcutter. Three minutes. I guess it would be great to be able to automate the production of a lot of this stuff. That increases storage space for iron. I might actually be able to make hunting armor, which seems pretty powerful. I don't know. I guess hunter is probably stronger than I'm evaluating it to be. I'm about to cap on science. Let's... I have nothing to spend it on. I guess we can cap on science and then just not have a scientist. Can help with farming to make sure that I'm fully caught up there. So all of my science unlocks are like crazy expensive right now, and I don't even have the storage necessary to get them. My policy unlocks are all also crazy expensive. I do have to spend science on some things in that menu, but... Move everybody onto woodcutting here. Burning some minerals right now, but it's an absorbable cost. One minute. Probably have enough gold to promote. I don't really understand how promoting works, though. Leader promoted one kitten. I wanted to stop promoting different people, though. Chemical crafting bonus versus crafting bonus. I don't see where the crafting bonus is getting displayed. I don't think it shows it over here. Very close. I wish I could, like, force it to promote my highest person another ranking, right? Titanium barns. Okay, that's funny. All right, so now I have 3442 wood storage. 828.75 is still... No, it's enough for hunting armor now, so I think that's probably the next objective. I have to make a fucking shitload of that, so let's do minus all. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, this caps when I'm tabbed out, so let's not do that. Okay. I think that's fine. Farming might be overkill, but I think I have a plan for next time. I think we try to get this, turn on the smelters, maybe buy another smelter when I get the opportunity. Okay. All right, Kittens game. I was doing stuff here. Got a unicorn pasture I can pick up really quick here. Let's see. Probably still fine on catnip during the winter. We can manage jobs, which is nice. Don't really have much to spend with science right now, so we're not going to have anyone be scholars for a little while. Yeah, then it's not running if I do that. Let me try to get these all caught up to like the same tier here. To decide what my bigger objectives are right now. I'm not going to be able to make these happen anytime soon. Science cap is going to take a long time to accrue here. And these guys require so much culture, that's probably not happening anytime soon either. The workshop, if I could try to get to 1,000 iron storage, that's in range. This is also in range if I try to make hunting armor happen. I'm running 4 smelters. It's probably okay. It's not too much here that I'm accruing that I just straight up can't use. Yeah, I got my first starting changes in here, so we can go with that, then go back to idle loops. All right, how are we doing over here? I gotta pick up amphitheaters when I can. The hunting armor is pretty powerful, but we're not there yet. I think we keep just trying to catch everything up here if possible. Could do some catnip refining. It's a cold winter. It's a little scary. It's almost over though, so it's not too bad. It's almost never worth doing more than 5 dungeon actions in idle loops. It's better to reset and dive the same 5 actions again than do actions 5 to 10. Even if it's that deep into the loop. I guess I can try other things when I come back to it. Trade effectiveness rate. Guess resource consumption down is cool. That means when I actually have furs and ivory, I burn through them more slowly. Still a pretty long ways off. Get another barn. We eventually need to get up to 1,000 iron storage. Beams and slabs. Move a couple of these guys over to farming just to help with my backlog here. So wooden beam, slab. Still need 0.03 slabs. Now. All right. That gets us up to, now we can bank 1,000 iron. Sure. Keep doing managed jobs. As far as banked gold, I don't have enough to promote anybody. I don't know if it's even worth promoting people. Like, does it promote? I don't really understand how promotion works. I think it picks a random kitten, and I think maybe everyone has to be promoted before anyone can go to level 2. Yeah, but I like reviewing what it costs. I guess this tells me unmodified, right? And this tells me, I guess it also doesn't tell me what the modification is. Reassign these farmers once spring ends, and I can tab out of this game. But I got stuff to get here. Like, more kittens are probably good. Log houses are substantially easier for me to build right now. Like, ridiculously easier for me to build. Reinforced saw is doable now. I feel like that's more important than hunting armor. 3 times as effective is huge, though. I don't really have any way to... Well, I can get more if I buy more smelters. I'm still resource neutral with 5 smelters. Yeah, I think I wait this out. I think this is really helpful, and it gets to burn some of my banked science, which I have nothing to spend on right now, so probably leave it there. All right, how are we looking over here? It's in hunters twice. Unicorn pastures a ways off. Catnip is doing completely fine because of my reassigning people to farmers, so we can undo that. Manage jobs. I'm close to the iron that I need, so I'll sit here and wait that out, I suppose. Can pick up stuff that doesn't require it, though. That uses some iron, so you want to mess with that. Probably want to get a log house here. I think I should be well past the point where I'm afraid of getting more kittens. That, like, starvation was a big problem at the beginning of the game, and it really just isn't anymore. It's very close, 38 seconds. This newly generating kitten, I think I dump on farmer. Since I was benefiting from 4 farmers before. Probably refine some of this catnip to burn some of my stash. Maybe enough to get another log house. I have to pick this up like right away. Okay. Reinforced saw. We want the hunting armor next. Can't do the titanium bar. Well, it's... No, I have no titanium, okay. It'll be a while until I can get another lumber mill, but they're theoretically much more efficient now. I feel like the main benefit of doing that is that they're counteracting the cost of the smelter much better. Keep getting parchment whenever I can. I don't have quite enough parchment. Mineral storage is fine for making another amphitheater. Get another log house here. Wait for that to proc and then probably tab off. These are like ridiculously far off as to feel not achievable for a very, very, very long time. I wonder if that's a mistake on my part that I like invested in the wrong thing earlier. We'll do hunters because I need them for parchments now, and I'm about to make them quite a bit more efficient. Because this mostly requires iron, and I guess I technically can increase the rate at which I produce it in gold. So let me just check this again on promotion here. If I assign this person to be the leader and I do promote, assume it just picked somebody else. Promoted 2 kittens. Manage jobs. Yeah, it must promote everyone first before anyone can get to rank 2. So I wonder if that means like you want to try to do as much promotion as possible before you expand your town too much. It's really hard for me to be able to eyeball that in this game though. Iron and gold are pretty important to me right now. This is the biggest efficiency increase I can get, probably for a while. Just trying to think about what I want to do when I come back to this. I think once I get hunting armor, there's not really anything else in here that's super pressing, so I could try to go all in on getting that. 8 smelters. Minerals and wood are both still positive, so that says hunting armor is going to take 13 minutes. Okay. I like skills learning, but I feel like I don't have enough information about how skills work, sadly. All right, well, we can let this go. All right, what are we doing? Gonna pick up hunting armor. That's great. It's a pretty noticeable increase in cat power. Send the hunters, get all the parchment, get another amphitheater. I feel like amphitheaters are really, really important. I'm gonna cap on culture. Jeez, I have nothing to spend it on though, right? Like, 1,500? I need so many amphitheaters to do anything new. It really makes me worry that I fucked up and I took some kind of tech that's just gonna like lock me out. I mentioned this earlier, but Paperclips is a brilliant idle game, but there's like a section maybe 60% of the way through where suddenly the math is just fucked and it just takes you a really long time to get out of your hole. Up until that point, though, the math is pretty brilliantly laid out, I think. Another log house is 402 wood. Gold. I'm close to capping on gold, so let's try to promote some kittens here. 2 kittens. It would suck if promoting only affects when they're the leader. I feel like that can't be the case, right? But maybe it is. Maybe I just don't know. Okay, thank you. Log house, lumber mills I made more efficient recently. It will burn iron, but I've got basically nothing else to spend iron on at the moment. I think I just have to make my basic buildings better because I don't think, and get more kittens. I think I'm kind of like stalled out over here. Built this embassy, which was a huge waste of culture, I think. Oh, to do something new. Okay. I guess I could reassign more people to be hunters. Now that hunting is much more efficient. 0.76 per second. I think I was going to take the thing that makes it easier to make manuscripts. Maybe I already did. Edition, yeah. Culture from manuscripts, 100%. Parchment cost down, culture cost down. Okay. That costs 300 culture, which I have banked. It's probably the next most important thing that I have to do. But it's going to take a while to get that many parchments. I kind of almost have to camp it. I don't think I have anything else to sink my excess culture on. I guess I could get another embassy for the lizard people, but that doesn't seem super amazing. I could send it. Well, I need 1,000 cat power to send explorers, and I have 875, so I'd have to be able to bank more. I suppose. No, I'm capped on. I didn't see I was capped on catnip when I tabbed in here. Let's see. I suppose I could reduce my smelter count since I don't really need iron as urgently right now. And gold is nice, but I still don't actually know what promoting does, so not as nice when you don't know what it does, right? I feel like the catnips are doing a huge favor for me. Like I have enough, or the unicorns are helping me with catnip production really, really significantly because I wasn't really capping on catnip frequently before. It's 9 minutes to cap. Let's see what I can afford to do in terms of dropping people off woodcutting and mining to hunt. I have to kill a smelter, which is probably fine. The problem is that caps like really quickly. I hate because I'm really spending a ton of resources to get gold to promote on the assumption that promotion is like useful. Like, they wouldn't add promotion if it wasn't useful, right? Like if it didn't only affect leaders. That seems crazy to me. So it's like 25 gold per promotion, it seems like. enough XP to do anything special. Maybe it's like when I promote them to the leader, I can see this bonus and they all have this bonus. I want to get everything up to a higher level, but I think I want more cats first. So I think more log houses is probably more important in the short term. For now, it only matters if the leader's high rank. Oh, that does change later? Okay. And there's no way for me to get one kitten to get a higher rank, right? It has to give a rank up to everybody before anyone can be rank 2. I think I'm gonna have to tab out to get enough banked cat power to get the thing I want. That's probably fine. Okay, so choices. 8 hunters, cat power's capped, sadly. I need parchments to make manuscripts. Oh, manuscript gets more efficient with more workshops. I guess everything does, but given how expensive it is, it's probably good to focus more on workshops than I have been. Did doing that get me... No new text from that. But the manuscript itself is doing something? Hold on. Gives a minor bonus to maximum culture with a diminishing return. So, like, everyone I make or everyone that I have banked? Probably everyone that I have banked, right? Yeah, we're doing, like, ridiculously fine on some of these things here. Promote. You have to promote 1 kitten. Get everything up to around the same number if we can here. Okay, at least that summarizes the cost for those. I think this becomes really expensive eventually, so I probably need to be careful doing that too many times. Close to capping on iron, so I think I'm just going to shut my smelters off here. So I basically have nothing to spend iron on at the moment. I guess I could like dump it into metal plates or something, but... Steel... 9.5k is the next science threshold, which I could try to hit by like buying academies. It's 500 science every time. It's going to take a while. It's nasty. Capped on catnip. Very easy to cap on catnip now. Let this go. I think I need to just leave my smelters off for a bit and just get more kittens. Doesn't seem like there's an obvious path forward for major progress right now. Sadly. We have 1, 2... God, I have so many unpromoted kittens. I think promoting is a trap right now. I think every time I've sit there to try to accrue gold for that has kind of been a waste, sadly. No log house. Decide where the new kitten is going. I guess increasing the culture cap is a nice benefit from doing manuscripts. Cat power is like definitely going to be capping if I have this many people assigned as hunters though, so... Because right now, it's like from 0... It's like 4 minutes to cap. So let me do 1, 2, 1, 2, manage jobs. Now it's more like 9 minutes to cap, which is a bit more realistic at the rate at which I'm tabbing in and out of this game. I made the lumber mill better, but that's going to take a long time to be able to afford. Do this again. I feel like it's pretty diminishing returns at the point that I'm at right now, but the aqueducts are helping me quite a bit as well. Let's just build everything up to 8. We'll try to get workshop to 8. Warehouse to 8's going to take me forever, but it's not a huge priority right now. If I send hunters now, it's not going to be enough to make any parchment, but I can at least zero it out for when I tab out. Okay. Okay, over here, we're doing stuff. We're sending the hunters, we're buying all the parchment we can. It's a lot of parchment. Got some extra unicorns for free, that's cool. Although, 2 unicorns basically means nothing right now. Log houses. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We need more cats to do everything. Increases our demand, so I'm going to get another farmer up and running, although I feel like I'm completely fine already on catnip. Maybe we'll be less fine once I get all these extra kittens, though. I'm about to go up to 24 kittens, which is a big deal. More amphitheaters. Culture cap is a really long way off. I think I want to get my wood and minerals production to be similar. So I might assign more woodcutters than miners for a bit. So I need about an equal number of both for a lot of the things that I want to accomplish here. I need so many academies. Log house is still nowhere near the price of a hut. I know that my civilization has specialized in metal, but it's really crazy how slow woodcutting still is, even with all the upgrades I've picked up. Doing any science output, but I have nothing to do with science right now, so I'm kind of taking the learning. I could even these out by dropping another miner here. Yeah, that makes sense. Refined catnip seems like a pretty powerful, you get so many stacking multipliers to the farming profession and just catnip generation in general. It just feels dangerous to do because the risk that you just fuck yourself, right? Barn, store more catnip. It's probably important to get sooner rather than later. I'm trying to get everything to 10 right now. 1 minute. Could also, when I'm in here, max out hunters. Or just get substantially more guys on hunters. Since I'm staring at the screen, I can do something with that, you know. And I can try to AFK the wood and the minerals. I guess my max cat power is quite a bit higher, so I could experiment with exploring now. Explorers find me more civilizations which have different trade efficiencies, I guess. Maybe there's stuff that I can trade for that I can't make right now, and that's a way that I can get permanent progress. Yeah, it's not AFKable, right? So everything else is extremely AFKable. If I wanted to build another manuscript, is this a fixed cost? I mean, outside of... It doesn't go up every time I make a manuscript, right? What I mean to say. Be another workshop. I need to dump culture, so I think that's why we do that. My cat power is actually pretty good now. $20 hunters. Gives me to cap in 1 minute, so I can send the hunters out. And then swap everything back over. I think that'll be fine. Maybe I can like trade for titanium or something. I forget how I met these lizard men. I don't know if it was just like a random, incredibly lucky event or something. Yeah, I imagine so. You're no longer getting the benefit for having them banked, if that's the case, though, I assume. I think I didn't solve the kittens and catnip winter problem necessarily, but it's much less of a problem than I thought it was, and probably has been much less of a problem for quite a while now without me realizing it. Okay. Still need a few more parchments. I might try to squeeze those out to get this thing so I can do my culture dump. Don't want to let this cap again. Four times is enough to get some parchment? Okay, plenty. All right, so let's dump all these guys. So we want to do 10, 10... Have fewer on there. We do a couple hunters. They're doing something while I'm tabbed out. And manuscript is dump some culture, so we're not capping, which is good. Don't yet have anything to spend that on, though. I probably should go ahead and Tempest Fugit when I come back. I forgot to do that. That's okay. Manage jobs. Catnip production is still completely fine. I do the trading post. I'm not doing any trading right now, but I'm going to get to it eventually. I guess more libraries are really cheap right now, and it increases my max culture. I gotta get my science up to unlock the next thing. Philosophy. 9.5k, so I need a lot of academies. I probably need to start assigning scientists again too. I can have like one scientist running here because I'm definitely overkill on farmers at the moment. All right, let's grab this unicorn pasture, this workshop, multiple workshops. Send the hunters. Parchments. Oh, is that noticeable? Okay. I'll come to that when I come back to it. Log houses. Scholar's looking okay. Catnip's looking less okay, so maybe I assign this new person to farmer. Need 20 parchment. Try to, maybe I think I can do this such that I can get a manuscript every time I tab in here. Well, I probably won't have enough culture to afford it, but it says that stacking them provides some kind of benefit. I don't have anything to use a megalith on, but maybe building it does something for me. I feel like generally you don't have to build stuff in the crafting menu in order to get recipes to show up. The recipe will show up and tell you that you need to build the thing first, right? So it's not like idle loops in that regard. Barns are fucking crazy expensive now. Holy crap. I think that's huge, though. I think having 5,000 more catnip storage is like really, really, really helpful. Especially since this scales with the upgrade I took. Okay. Another manuscript. Those are getting relatively efficient. Minor bonus to max culture. Science is nowhere near capping, so I don't have to stress about that at all. I think I'm fine to let this sit now. Let me send my hunters and get some parchment first. Okay. Yeah, I guess more workshops are really important. Like it's painful to pay for them early on, but they give you so many more resources over time. Alrighty. Catnip is looking fine. Could be better, I guess. 10 woodcutters, 8 miners. We're nearly capped on minerals here. So we want to spend some on probably more kittens. I think kittens are like the main way that I exponentially grow right now. Since it's not scary to get them anymore. And I feel like wood is almost the most important resource that I have access to right now because I need it for basically everything I want to do. So I'm tempted to just spend everyone on Hunter here, or on Woodcutter. I might still dump them onto Hunter just to get some more parchment banked, but I don't really need it as badly at the moment. What I need is I need to get my science up. It's like more in reach right now. Start going ham on academies. So I need 9.5k. So there's only 3 more academies. That's pretty achievable. Competent. 15k and 12k. I can keep going for them. They seem pretty good, but they seem quite a bit further off. That only costs wood. Let me chill here to get one more academy. Might actually need to reassign one of these guys to a farmer here. Because my catnip production, or my catnip demand is pretty crazy since I just got a bunch of log houses. Mineral production is still completely fine. Let's just do that. Let's see if it caps when I come back to it. Okay. So now we want to try to cap on science to get philosophy. 3 hours, 22 minutes. That's not what we want. Everyone's a scholar for a little bit. Nine minutes. That's more like it. Okay, maybe not everyone's a scholar then. Well, I'm probably only going to be gone for about 9 minutes at the current rate that I'm tabbing out, so I would just like to be able to unlock that when I come back. Okay. Okay, science capped. We finally get another upgrade. Philosophy unlocks temples. It's interesting. We got the culture costs. Okay, the culture costs are still pretty absurd. It's doable though. Don't need literally everyone to be a scientist. Temple is gold. Okay. 10 manuscripts. Produces culture. Get a couple of these can be hunters again. It's probably fine because I need manuscripts now. I gotta turn the smelters back on to get a temple, but I guess I can try to get the other things that are required of the temple first. Yeah, because like slabs are pretty expensive. Plates are pretty expensive. I have banked iron. I could have like at least one. Oh shit, I didn't mean to buy another smelter there. Whoops, was a misclick. I could have one running, so at least I'm producing something, you know? I think having at least one person in like a job or at least one smelter running is kind of important in this game if you're going to be AFKing it at all rather than playing it completely attentively. Probably don't need 2 scholars. Really make do with... Looks like we're fine on catnip. Didn't see any kittens die. Gotta acquire a bunch of gold for this temple, though. Manuscript cost is brutal. Like, almost tempted to try to just get as many workshops as I can to make manuscripts a little bit more efficient to obtain. Can I get another unicorn pasture? A long ass time from now. Okay. Got it. Sure. To very slowly increase unicorn production over time. I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything else here before I tab off. Could maybe wait out this workshop. The workshop doesn't help me while I'm tabbed off this, so... Keep doing lumber mills, even though I wanted to kind of balance my buildings here. I'm still way behind on wood, just in general. Okay. I think I'm okay to let that sit for now. I kind of want to cap on wood and minerals, to be honest, so I can just run the smelter without having to think about it, because right now it's kind of stressful. Oh, are parchments this nasty? And I need at least 4 to be able to make 1? Okay, remember that next time. All right, what are we doing here? 13 gold, 5 iron, send hunters, get another workshop to make the parchments more efficient. Okay. I'm getting 8.5 parchment now from having 11 workshops. You see, I have 71% craft effectiveness. It's pretty good. I guess academies are still super important. It's really hard to calibrate how many smelters I want to have running, because it's like if I run all my smelters, it's great because I've got as much iron and gold as I want. But like, I need wood and minerals for everything. And so not having them is like incredibly punishing. It's called 5. Keep doing the lumber mill. Probably need to get more kittens. I feel like we do log houses until it costs the same amount of base wood as huts, and then we alternate between them. I'll let this tick out here. No one's died still. We're in winter, and I guess it's a warm winter. We're completely fine in that regard, though. Grab another mine. Next science upgrade is 12k science. That's pretty achievable. I have to make a decision about this temple, though. Culture is... okay, it costs 1200 culture, so I don't have to make a decision about this temple. I can't do it. I would need to get a bunch of manuscripts first. I'm actually pretty close to being able to get a manuscript right now, so I might dump some people to help hunt for a second. I think we learned I have to hunt a minimum of 4 times to get parchments. Oh, okay. Because manuscripts are crystallized culture. Okay. Total of 10 manuscripts, which is pretty nasty, but doable. All right. 3 hunters, more woodcutters than miners. That's fine. Manage jobs. Go. Just let everything else accrue in the meantime. I might do 1 more smelter. Let's move some more miners to woodcutters. Try to balance these accrual rates out. They need them in about equal measure, I think. Alright. Things are looking pretty good over here. Yeah, nothing's as good as practical. To the point that practical feels like a mistake in idle loops. Trying to decide what I want to do. I think the temple's good. Need 4 more manuscripts. Let's get a workshop first so that I get more parchment from doing this. Amphitheaters are starting to get pretty expensive in terms of minerals, but they do produce a lot of culture. Log house is a ways to go on minerals. Drop the smelters for a second to be able to hit that sooner. More kittens is more everything else, so... Honestly, I think I just dumped to get that, like, now. Yeah, that's a gigantic jump. It's pretty cool. Okay. Mineral production is still much, much, much better. Probably assign this guy to woodcutter here. 30 kittens now. I find this game really interesting too. I'll probably keep playing this. I just need to figure out how I want to go about recording it. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll just let all 4 games, I'll really let them AFK. Like I might only make like a decision once per day or something and record like a very short clip about it. It's been fun playing it attentively on stream like this though. Been a lot to talk about, I think. I think the temple is crucial to get as soon as possible. I need more manuscripts. Manuscript is 20 parchment. So I could dump everybody here. Go all in on Hunter for a second. See if I can pick up the manuscript. Wood, minerals, and science. I need more max science to get stuff that I care about. Namely, steel. 12k is pretty achievable. It's expensive to hit this every time, though, I guess is the problem. I guess it's good continually getting increased skill learning. If I understood how skill learning worked, that would help a lot, but I really don't. All right, I guess I still have very cheap libraries, and that's a big science bonus. Okay. That gets me to 12k science, so I could AFK that to try to pick up steel now that I can actually get it. Probably gonna have to turn all my smelters on once I actually do this. Drive for the temple. Minute to cap. Let it get to 1,000 and then I'll just send it. Okay. Still, manuscripts are very, 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 very expensive. That's fine. I think we want to put everyone on Scholar here to get steel, just to see what's locked behind it. It's 8 minutes. I probably don't need that many scientists. It's good to have at least one person on everything. Okay. Keep that running is probably okay too. All right. Don't want 0 hunters either. Nine minutes, that should be fine. How are we doing, Kittens game? Still completely fine on catnip production. It's like not a problem at all. I think I just must have like a bajillion stacking bonuses that make that not a problem. Happiness is starting to become a problem though. I know that the amphitheater helps with that, but with diminishing returns. Okay. Capped on science, that's the whole thing that I did. Let's go ahead and buy steel. So steel unlocks coal and steel production, which probably burns. Do I have to like workshop it? Deep mining. Mines also produce coal. That seems really good. Steel armor. Hunters are a bit more effective. I know I'm still... Everybody is on science right now. Thinking about my life here. Okay, so steel is a workshop thing that requires coal plus iron. To get coal, I need deep mining, and deep mining unlocked because I just bought the steel research tech. Okay, I get it. So this requires 5,000 science. That's actually... I reacted like it was a big deal, but it's not that big of a deal. This is, I think, pretty important for me to get early. If they're just producing coal, like it's basically free. 14 minutes to get the wood necessary to buy the beams. I don't know if that scales with my bonuses, though. Each time I click this, I get almost 2 beams. Kittens game is great. I really recommend it. I recommend basically everything I'm playing today, but this one's pretty different. It's free, it's just in the browser. Yeah. Can I make a manuscript happen? I think so. Everyone becomes a hunter for a second. Workshop's not happening anytime soon. So I think I can make the manuscript with relative easy conscience. Coal furnace. Smelters produce coal while burning wood. Oh, fuck, man. God damn it. 2,000 iron. Oh my god. So all this stuff's like deep mining and coal furnace is just like, you just get this for free when everything else is happening anyway, right? Coal consumption of steam works by 20%. I don't think I can do anything with that yet. Steel axe sounds amazing, but it also looks very expensive. It's free real estate. Yeah. You are a kitten in a catnip forest. You unlock new customizations. Get some parchment. So why can't I make a manuscript? Because I need culture. And my culture production right now is kind of ass. I need to get this temple built. God, I got so many things going on right now. That's why I'm getting the manuscripts. I'm getting the manuscripts so that I can build the temple so I can get culture. Video games. So let's have 3 hunters, like, I don't know, 10 miners, and then the rest would, yeah, well, don't need that many minerals. Let's load balance these 2 guys. Okay, that's probably fine. Manage jobs. Let's get some happiness here, I guess, for a second. And I think we increase the smelters as much as I want wood and minerals. Yeah, exactly. Iron is going to cap in 11 minutes. That's fine. That's probably about the time it's going to take me to come back to the game. How's it coming over here? I can do an amphitheater. I do need culture for reasons. We take a workshop because that makes it... I get more manuscripts when I do that. Oh my god, I'm so close. One more. All right. Let's... What do we want to do here? What am I doing with my life? Iron is at the cap, which is not optimal. Some of the things I need to buy here... Steel armor, deep mining. I need to get my science up. Okay, so I think we're going to shut the smelters off. We're going to dump the miners and make them all into scholars. Can send the hunters 10 times here. Up to 18 parchments. I'm sitting on 63 gold. How much gold do I need for the first temple upgrade? 50, so that's completely fine. I need up to 5,000 science, and I need... Wood's going to happen. Might even be doable right now. I want to do all here. Six minutes. This what I want to do is I want to get these beams, and then I want to reassign everyone to science to be able to pick up deep mining, so it can at least be running in the background while I'm working on other stuff here. So the hunters can help with that. It's a cold summer right now. And I'm near the catnip cap. Do that. I still need 6 more beams. Let me get all the wood first. That must be including my upgrades when it's calculating how many seconds I need to be able to make it. Two more casts, so that should do it. Ugh, I hate being that close. Okay, so I got my beams. Now I need science. I guess what I should be doing, instead of constantly refining catnip, I should keep doing catnip fields, because I think each field is a pretty noticeable increase now because of everything else that's stacking. Probably playing around with this close to winter is a huge mistake, but what are you going to do? All right, I'm going to wait out this 1 minute 40 seconds because I think getting more from my mines is pretty big deal. Yummy canaries. That's funny. We want to do the coal furnace, but I need to get my iron storage up really substantially. This uses the 1200, which is perfect. That's exactly as much as I have. It'd be really good to get something else, because burning the wood right now with the smelters is like brutal. It feels like it's extremely punishing. Pastures are probably good too, just because they're actually quite cheap. I feel like every idle game, what I really need when I keep talking about, I need more ways to evaluate the relative value of something compared to every other option. I need the game to like highlight an action that's like multiple orders of magnitude cheaper than my production for that thing, right? Like this, it was not economical to build another pasture for a very long time, but now it's very easy for me to make the wood to do that compared to like how much wood is required to, I don't know, build another academy. The log house is much more noticeable, or the hut especially. 8 seconds. Okay. That's beautiful. Now we're producing coal at a pretty reasonable pace. We don't need 24 scholars. Okay, manage jobs. Coal furnace is probably our next objective. That is requires increasing iron space, which is going to be more efficient from barns. Well, no, actually. Warehouses are actually pretty cheap, but I have to make the materials to do it. Right. Need yet more slabs. My coal cap is pretty abysmal right now, so I think I let this sit and come back. In a warm winter, should be fine. 14 minutes, yeah, no problem. Probably don't need 6 farmers. I think I'm a little bit too spooked. I think every time my catnip is capped, I should just increase the catnip field, and then I can maybe start relieving some of the farmers and let them work on other stuff. Okay. All right, what do we got going on here? Take a unicorn pasture, that's free, basically. I should have my I should have at least one smelter running. I don't regret not doing that because I needed a whole bunch of other stuff here. Coal furnace. You think? My temple just needs the one more manuscript. Manuscript would require, I still need to generate the culture first. I was close to being able to just afford it before. Should have taken the workshop before buying the parchment, but whatever, it's fine. I need iron storage is the next big thing for the coal furnace. And I can get that via a barn, which is pretty expensive wood-wise, or a warehouse, which is much more reasonable. Okay. It's not as much. Even with everything scaling, that's still nowhere near enough. So I think we get much better returns from barns. Twice as good. But 2,500 wood for one barn is like mean, for lack of a better word. I might all I can do with barn 43.98 for another barn is so long. That's like forever. So I think I have to just do warehouses now. Is there some other storage thing that I can maybe make happen? I don't have the science cap for this guy. I do have the... No, I don't have the coal either. Well, I guess I wouldn't be able to cap coal to make it. I'd have to like come in and manually intervene and make it into steel constantly. And I need a shitload of iron, and yeah, that's not in my near future. Catnip is not in a very good position, to be honest, right now. It's been better. I'd love to build another amphitheater. Hopefully gonna have enough culture when we come back to be able to get the last manuscript I need for the temple. So I may as well start thinking ahead of time on purchases here. So I need 1,000 iron. Well, if I need 1,000 iron, I need smelters running, which sucks, but I wanted to be running those while the coal furnace was up, but that's going to take so long anyway that I may as well just get this. And in terms of other science increases, machinery is at 15k, theology is at 20k, and these all require, I think they basically soft require a temple is the way I should read these. Alright, I think we just let this run, and I'm still accruing wood. And a tiny amount of minerals. Just get a little bit more mineral accrual. Okay. Okay, how are we doing here? Not happening. Capped on cat power. I must have missed that last time. Whoops. Okay. So we need slabs, and we can already do plates. So let's do the plates. Did some earlier, somewhat inefficiently. I need 15. Okay. Oh my god. Fuck you, game. Keeps happening. So if I just want to get the slabs like ASAP, let's just do that. All. It's going to be huge. It also costs minerals. I think I need to use them for this, though. $25 total. End up capping on coal because I have nothing to use it on right now because I'm not. I guess I could make steel. That just costs iron and coal. If I cap on one or the other. Let's make one just to make one, I guess. Temple. All right, now we're cooking with gas. Although I'm making a shitload of culture now, and don't have any way to store it. Amphitheaters increase max culture, but not by very much. Glad I got that done. Nothing workshop related. Theology is expensive science-wise to do. I don't need 23 miners. And balance these guys again. Still running 9 smelters. I used up 50 gold. I'm gonna hit the gold cap if I'm not careful here. I need this for reasons. It's expensive though. Libraries are still like crazy cheap, I feel like. I should do more pastures. I was saying that earlier. Just so I can eventually maybe relieve some of my farmers so they can work on something else. Go back to spending gold on promotions, but promotions still feel... Oh wait, here we go. Did something change that lets me directly promote instead of having to do it randomly? I guess don't question it. Maybe having the temple lets me choose. Okay, it's about to be winter. I think I am slowly atrophying my catnip stores, so I might need to move somebody onto Scholar, even though that's boring. Not Scholar, Farmer. Try to focus on more pastures, catnip field, and maybe aqueducts. They're not too expensive. At least they could be worse. All right, we can let this go. Okay, this is the last Kittens game segment for the live stream. I got my temple. I'm going to be capping on culture all the time now. I need to increase my culture cap. I guess the big thing is that now I need to do manuscripts all the time, which means I need to have parchment all the time, which means I need to have hunters ready to go basically constantly to be able to afford to buy the parchments. And I should have done the workshop there first, but what are you going to do? It's too late now. Manuscripts are good because they provide a small increase to the culture cap, and they serve as a culture sink, and I need them for other stuff. And I never used my Tempest Fugit. I forgot about that. It's okay. We can do it next time. I think the big next project has to be coal furnace, so that something productive can be happening every time the smelter is running. But doing that requires building a lot of barns and warehouses, both of which are quite expensive. But I think that should probably be the next major objective, because it only requires 2,000 iron, and we're already at 1785. So I think that that's actually pretty achievable right now, and probably the way to go in the immediate term. Yep. Kittens game. Also really like it. Also really good. Also pretty different from every other idle game I've played.